This week we're not cooking, we're showing you our wonderful Chuckwagon camper. Stick around.
I think they're done, hon.
Well, honey, I guess you want to show everybody this, don't you?
Well, yeah, we've been showing it, of course, for 2 years. And if you'll notice on the very first video, if you've been watching since the Iris is back there making noise, of course, we did a partial tour of the camper.
Wasn't quite done yet. We're still
Especially
not done.
inside.
We're about 95,
yeah.
98, somewhere around
Well,
there.
we got some stuff done now where we've been using it for 2 years, or over 2 years.
We've noticed that there are things that we wish we'd
we
have
want
done.
to do an upgrade, maybe think makes things better. So we're going to go through and kind of give you a little tour. And one of the things that we really liked about this trailer we bought, wasn't new. It was like a 2008, I think, when we bought it. And we bought it about 4 years ago. But if you look over here, the nice thing about this one is a lot of them have kind of a latch door where you actually, if you latch on the outside, you can't get out from the inside. So this actually has a regular, what they call an RV style door. It came with it, which is really nice. And it has like a deadbolt lock and a regular lock. So that's really handy. And the other thing, if you can't see it, I'll show it again in close up. Up on top, right up here, we actually put a rechargeable, solar powered only, motion detecting light. LED, which is a lot of light. Anything comes around the side at night, it comes on. The only bad thing is, if you step out or quit moving, it goes off real fast. So it's not good for just sitting around and having it on because it comes off and on all the time. But for security, it's really handy. So that's it for now. We'll do some more around the outside. We're probably going to start. We'll grab the other camera and you follow me inside and we'll start inside. So we'll be right back with that. Okay, let's start off inside. Follow me in. Okay, and real quick, it's not gonna get too hot in here. We got our air conditioning unit, which is a portable one, and we got it vented right out the window. So I'm gonna shut it off because it's a little bit noisy. It's pretty nice. I don't know how many.
It's got wheels, so we left it in its styrofoam.
Yeah, so it doesn't roll around. It's an 8,000 BT. It does a pretty good job, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so now we can hear. Of course, we'll keep our fan going because it's a hot day. So basically, when we started, first thing we did, it was basically a plain cargo trailer. And first thing we did is we had a professional put in window. These are regular RV style windows. You got one on this side and one on the other side. RV style windows, they're tinted and they have screens. We also put in, of course, a skylight, or basically, what is that, roof vent, or whatever you want to call it. We did not put the option of the 12-volt fan, which probably would have been nice if we had done it. The second thing we did, well, of course, Angel did most of this, was we painted all the walls. We had a kind of a gray. That way, we wouldn't have to worry about cleanup as bad, because after that, we put in the linoleum that looks like hardwood floor. And we figured it would be pretty durable and easy to clean.
And we get lots of comments on the hardwood floor in here.
Yeah, looks out good. So the next thing, we bought a Walmart special plastic. We'll probably upgrade this one, a little heavier dresser. Angel's drawer, my drawer, odds and ends that we use every day, and then stuff that we hardly ever use, but we might need in an emergency. Zip ties, an extra extension cord, things like that, some few extra cleaning supplies.
We wish we had more storage in here.
Yeah,
we do.
Of course not. And then we put a TV. You never know when you might need TV, so if we get some bad weather, we can come in. And the other thing that we did that we really like, and backlights are already on, but I put on the wired up lights, and here they are, just on a little switch. And these are LEDs. There's one there, of course, and you can see back over there behind Angel. There is another set of, and these are both 110. And if you look here, Angel, we got behind the curtain, we did an outlet 1, 2, and then up by the behind the TV is a third one. That is all on one circuit along with the lights. that are in the back, and there's a couple outlets back there, because most everything nowadays is just rechargeable on phones and flashlights, anything like that. And even the lights that are LED don't take very much power. So we got 28 breaker and everything is on that. But over here we put a separate 20 amp breaker for just this one outlet, and that of course would handle the most things, the things that take the most power, which is the air conditioner. And we also have a 1500 watt radiator style. It looks like an old radiator, but it's an oil style. It doesn't heat up real fast, but the nice thing about it is it's a nice constant heat once everything heats up, and it's quiet. Every once in a while you hear a little bit of a pinging noise, but it's really quiet, no fan to worry about. And also, if you notice, hidden behind here, we have 12 volt power. We put a 12 volt plug in here, and they actually ran in from the front side of the camper. We'll show you that in a minute. We came up inside this wall, came out, and then we wired them all together. There's a fuse in here that would blow if we have a problem, but we linked it behind, so if this one blows, we still got 12 volt on over here, and then clear back over, get over here, right over here. This is closest to our head of a bed. Got a little basket, so we can plug in our phones and stuff at night, and then slid them in the basket. We're gonna add also a little dresser or something here, maybe a hanging thing, and put extra stuff in here that we normally have under the bed. Give us a little bit more room in this corner. And then of course we
also have, Mom, just so you know,
very important, smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector. If you let me hit that a minute, Angel. We have, and it's kind of turned right now, but we have a Mr. Buddy heater right here, which is really handy. It normally runs off of a 1 pound propane bottle that screws on, but we ran a hose all the way to the floor, all the way up front on a 30 pound tank, so we can run, I don't know how long time on that one. That's only, the bad thing, it does not have a thermostat, so you can't turn it off and on, but as a pilot, it's low and high. So
we've kept warm enough with the pilot light on.
And it doesn't take any time. We hardly ever even run on high, even though it's real cold. We went to Van Meter State Park back in the winter, and it was pretty damn cold. It got down to like 15 at night, or maybe closer to 10.
I don't know.
There's a water jug here in the back of the truck froze. That's how cold it was.
Not just a little bit froze, they were froze solid.
Once we had that heater plugged in and everything warmed up, we turned it off and just used the electric heater. But if you didn't have shore power, you could use that and leave the pallet on, get up real quick, turn it on, and heat the room up really fast. Let's see, what else we had? Oh, we put a portable toilet, really nice. The bottom disconnects from the top. You can carry it like a suitcase, take it out, you can dump it when you get home. Or if you're on an extended trip, you can actually take it and put it in a porta potty or ball toilet. And then we've got, of course,
a privacy curtain.
Privacy for the curtain. Privacy curtain, I mean, for the toilet. Pretty handy. And that way, when we thought about putting up walls, but when we just did the curtain and it's open, I know the toilet's exposed where you can see it, but it leaves the room so much more open and handy. A lot of times, we're outside most of the time anyway, so one person can kind of come in here, use the facilities, go back out, and you don't have to worry about the curtain anyway. So anything else in here? Oh, and we need show them back on that corner. We did rope. We actually did rope for around the edge, top, and then at the bottom, back sides, for kind of a little cover. And if you look here, here's a switch that doesn't work for anything right now because that actually hooks up to 12 volt, which is hooked to the truck camper. So we had made a little jumper.
It's hooked to the truck.
Yeah. And so when we're hooked to the truck, then this works. So we made a little jumper when we unhooked the truck to hook it to our battery, and then these lights would work. And they run, you can't see them very well, but they run right around, all the way around the edge on both sides. And the last thing we did was this up here, Angel. You see, we bought these trim pieces, and Angel painted them. They screw to the roof supports. So what we did, it was a real pain. Took all four of us, started back in that corner.
We didn't glue them down first.
No.
If we'd have glued them down and then done this, it probably would have
we started back over. Look over there, Andrew. We started back in that corner, okay? And we did the first piece. We put up 3/4 inch foam insulation on the ceiling, kind of glued it up there best we could with some hard as nails. Then we put, started with, this is actually a painter's top. It's not been painted or anything. Started in that corner, stapled it to the trim, pulled it tight, then screwed it up, then we worked our way forward and kept everything tight and stapled it up, and then stapled it up against the corners, and we got up clear up here to the front and kind of ran all the way up and then finished, stapled everything right up in there. Then the last thing we did, we bought some of these neat little antique looking hooks, and then one there hanging on there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, which is really handy. So
5, 6, because there's 2 of them behind there too.
oh, that's right. Okay, that pretty much takes care of the inside of our camping
Yeah, and it's
tour.
getting hot in here, so we need to
Yeah,
turn
we're
the
gonna turn the air on and then go back outside. Do the outside tour. All right, let's continue our tour outside. Come around front. We installed right here a 30-pound propane tank. This is the line that runs down in, underneath, goes inside to run the Mr. Buddy heater. And then we've got a deep cycle 12-volt battery. I don't know what size it is, but it's a pretty good size one that we could buy.
It's a marine one, isn't it?
So, yeah, a deep cycle marine style battery. To show you here, we actually plug these jumpers on here that jump in a line that runs out, of course, right out here. I'll grab it real quick, Andrew. To a Generac 100 amp solar panel, portable style. Our little legs there. You see here right now, we're out here in full sun. You can see it or not. And it's actually putting in 4.6 amp of charge battery into the into our camper battery. So the one thing that we would like to do, we haven't done that, is to be able to wire in somehow our truck plug, so when we're driving down the road we can also charge this one. But since we don't travel a lot, we usually just do weekends. If we don't have shore power, we can run off this and charge our battery during the daytime, and it usually works real good. Hold all night with because we don't have anything really big amp drawing, because we don't have a 12-volt refrigerator. We usually have just 12-volt fans and then charging our cell phone and our camera batteries. Here's the outlet for our air conditioner. Works really good if you want to dry your hair if you get to take a shower. It's kind of warm. We also recently bought this Generac. This is an inverted, so it's a lot quieter than the standard, and most campgrounds don't like very noisy generators. Some don't like generators at all, so we don't have that a lot. This is actually the GP3000i, and if you look, it's the smallest one we could get that actually has the regular 110 and USB and the 30 amp. A lot of the small, there's 2 sizes smaller that would probably work, but you'd have to put the little adapter and plug into your 110. This actually has a 30 amp plug, just like the one that here we had made and installed, and then this runs right to your shore power, so you can run this one right to your generator. Go on around to the back before we get inside, and we also made, and a neat how we did it, hooks this canopy, and it's a little bit pain to put together. We've seen on past videos with some black iron pipe and PVC, so it's not real heavy, but it's not real light either. But it's heavy duty enough where we've had some pretty good winds and it hasn't torn up.
Yeah, when we went to Illinois, them winds was bad.
And the nice thing is, if you look back up here, I'll grab the 1 minute so you don't have to come over here. We actually put little turnbuckles, you can see it out in the sun, where we hooked it right in, put some eyes right there, and hooked it directly to the camper, so we don't have to worry about stakes coming out of the ground. And then back here, of course, we bought these style poles, legs, and then they just have fit up into a point up there, the top, and then we ran these ropes that you pull tight, and then you stake them down into the ground, and we went and we crisscrossed them, which is really handy, and that keeps things from being really wobbly, not very wobbly back and forth, because you don't have much side to side support if you don't do that with the way we designed it. So, but it's, like I said, it's kind of a pain to put together, but still it works really well done. It's 10 foot long, 8 foot wide, and I'll grab it one more time, and it overlaps. I didn't show you that. Kind of overlaps to the front of the camper about 6 inches. So if we do get rain, hopefully it will kind of run off the camper and run off the sides, and we won't get any rain gap in between here. So we want to have the back doors open for cooking. So then we also just have our regular 6 foot table, folds up, and our cook stove, and also our wash tub station, which is made out of PVC. That is really nice. You use standard little wash tub table, wash tubs that you can buy at Dollar General, and then this standard dry rack, and it fits right in here, and it's right here. If you notice where I'm at, I can stand right here, not bend over and do dishes, because Angel told me a long time ago, didn't you, Angel, that I want some way if I'm going to wash dishes, I don't have to bend over, and it's really handy. It doesn't take long to put together either, pretty handy. And before we continue, we're going to regroup real quick, and I'll give you a tour of the very back chuck area of. Now, as we come around to the back to show you the chuck area, this style of camper trailer door, cargo trailer door, excuse me, is what they call the barn door style, I think, which has 2 swinging doors. A lot of them have a ramp door, but we wanted the barn style door for several reasons. One, you can swing them all the way around out of the way, and the other reason is you can actually pull them out. If we get bad wind, we can kind of brace them and actually keep them partially out to block wind if it gets really windy out and cold, damp. So those are going to open all the way up. Get them open. Of course, they got latches on the sides, which I won't show you that now. And we're going to start on the inside of our Chuckwagon style camper. If you notice, you've seen pictures of the old style Chuckwagons that when we actually went down to Lebanon, camped at Lead Mine, they actually had the regular Chuckwagons. They had a box in the back. Well, this is what this is modeled off of. The very back of our camper. We started with a wall about 18 inches in from the back, and then we built this. So at the very bottom, we have our, get this stuff out of the way. It's full pretty quick. All of our cast iron, all of our heavy stuff, of course, is down low. Our hibachi grill and several different sizes of skillets, griddles that we use. And then we got an 8, a 10, and a 12 inch, no, a 6, 8, 10, and 12 inch Dutch ovens. And then also the cook-it-all is also in here. And also our jack kind of wedge in here that we use for support underneath the bottom of the campers. We work our way on this side. And here, this cubby here, we have our little 2-step ladder, which we use a lot. One when we put the canopy up, and the other when we put stuff up here. And I'll get to that in a second. Start on this side door. We actually have, this is kind of the, not the cooking area, but other stuff like our lantern. And we also have citronella candles and things like that. And then right up here we have a breaker box that we wired in that is 220 amp, and we talked about how we ran them inside, and we ran up at the bottom to go outside to shore power. We ran out the top, and we went up through the back and then around. And we also, it's kind of handy, we have this little Coleman style. It's not a Coleman. What is it? I don't know what brand it is.
I know it's
a little butane stove fits in here. So if you want a real fast, quick little heat to cook something, heat up coffee, cook one pot thing real fast. Even if you're stopping along the road while you're traveling, you can use that really handy. Okay, and then of course up on top, we put the wash tub station when it tears down, and all the canopy fits up there. And then that's what we have to have that step stool for also. And then we also, this is one of our nicest parts we like, we have a counter, work counter, really handy. And in behind that we have room for 2 paper towel holders. And we have a light here, 12, this is the 110 light, and behind it is a 12 volt, both of them are LEDs, so they don't take much power. And behind that we also did a 110 with outlet where we plug in our light, and we can also have another 110 so if we wanted to have something else up here handy. If we ever wanted to, we actually could. We probably never will. You can always put a microwave in here if you wanted to get more glamping instead of camping. And then we got other little different things, including small utensils. And then in here, this big tote, we have all of our spices, a few other bigger utensils, foil, Ziploc bags, things like that. On this side, this is basically our pantry. Heavy stuff like jarred foods, canned items that are fairly heavy, and even a couple of those totes that have flour and cornmeal and things like that, sugar, fairly heavy, all go in the bottom. Next one up, everything from our paper plate stuff, a few other cups and things, and then this one is taller, so we can have room for our cooking wok because we'll fit on the lower ones, and other light things, coffee grinder, extra mixing bowls and things like that, and light stuff like that fit up on the top shelf. We also have over here on each one of our things 12 volt, not 12 volt,
Battery
operated, like I think they're AAA batteries, and we put them on every one so you can get in, see in here at night when it's dark out. Everywhere else, you don't have a light out back because the light in here doesn't do any good around this corner. And in this corner, we made use of all of our space. We put in fire poker. Actually, we have these little
shepherd's hook.
Yeah, shepherd's hooks, like Angel, and our mop, and a couple of things like that. And we a fire poker, weenie sticks, and also down here we have another 110 outlet that we can actually use for anything else we want to charge up while we're outside. It's really handy. Phones and things, you're not taking it all the way inside. And another 12 volt plug-in, so we need to, for offshore, 12 volt only, boondocking, dispersed camping, we can put that in there. So, anything I missed, Angel, that you can think of?
Nope.
I don't think that pretty much covers everything on the inside and the back of our area.
You might want to tell them why we decided to do this way.
Well, we always had where we went upgraded from our standard tent camping years ago to a pop-up, which is nice, got us up off the ground, a lot nice setup. Then we decided to go a little bit bigger as the kids started growing. We went to an old, like a 1972 model, 18-foot camper. It was nice, but it had problems. It weighed like 6,000 pounds. It was heavy. And then it developed problems because it's old, leak.
And we never cooked in it.
Couldn't get that done. And then we had stuff in a kitchen inside, but we hardly ever used it because the whole idea of going camping is going to be outside. So this way we can be right out here in the outdoors and have all of our cooking stuff right outside. It's really handy for why we did it that way. So it's really nice if you want to do, an upgrade from tent camping. Easy setup. You can put everything inside as far as bedding and sheets and pillows that we have extra now, so we don't have to worry about when we get home, take a half a day to unpack everything.
Well, and what we do is we leave that stuff in here unless it needs washing.
Yeah.
We leave it in here. So all we have to do is load up what food we need.
We have one food tote that has perishable stuff that we don't want to leave in here all summer.
That we put in
And we
and
put
take
in
out.
in a plastic tote, take it inside. It comes back out, we can restock our pantry. And in the wintertime, of course, we pour everything out, use up that flour and sugar so it doesn't sit in there all winter, never get used, and actually get weevils and things in it. We use that up, start fresh in the spring with new things. So
we hope you like this tour of our camper. We toured it once, kind of sorty, but Wade wanted to show off his pride and joy. This was all his idea. That's why he did the tour. When he first told me what he wanted to do, I thought he was crazy, but
it's kind of hard
I
to
love
picture.
it now.
Kind of hard to picture
Until
you actually see it.
I love it now.
It's really handy in it.
So yes. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions, put them in the comments.
Yeah.
We look at those and we answer every one of them. So if you have any questions about our setup or
how we did what we're doing,
how we're doing it, let
things
us
we would do
know.
different, things we should have done, what we maybe didn't do, or things you
Well,
would like.
one thing we know we should have done. that we didn't do.
And
We should have insulated
taking
everything.
all that inside pounding down and insulated the walls, which we didn't
It's
do.
not so bad when it's cold, but when it's hot, it's a problem.
One thing that we figured out real quick and easy is it's fairly easy to heat it, even when it's down single digit cold. But it's really hard if you
keep
happen
it
to be
off.
out in the full sun. Really hard to be able to keep it cool. But it does okay in the middle of the daytime, but at night it does great. But it gets really hot if it's out in the full sun. It gets kind of warm in the camper, even with the air conditioner running full blast.
So, like I said, if you liked it, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment or two, and we appreciate you watching this.
Yes, thank you. And next week we'll be back on a regular scheduled program with camping and actually doing some food cooking.
Yes. So,
We're Dutch Evans. Thanks for
we'll
watching.
see you later.
Bye.